Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kills coming at you with a Outbreak main quest Easter egg tutorial, defeating the Legion boss. First thing we're going to start off with here is the weapon I would suggest to use, which in this case would be the M16. Two attachments that I would suggest to use in this boss fight would be magazine, would be the 54 rounds in the mag. You can choose this one or this one, just your preference. Also the barrel. I would choose 20.5 match grade so you can get the plus 100% effective damage range. Also in the skills, you want to fully upgrade your Aether Shroud. Also with your weapon classes, upgrade your tactical rifle all the way up so you can get the increased bonus damage 25% and increased long shot bonus damage to 25% along with, the bonus damage you get here in the beginning. So all that combined with one more thing, dead shot, have this upgraded. This will just make your life a lot easier in the boss fight. Now, technically speaking, you don't need this, and I have a clear on my channel, not completely having everything upgraded. Like I had some perks upgraded, but not like the damage perks on the tactical rifle, and completed Legion with like 29 seconds left. Doing all this, you can pretty much complete Legion like 6 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. So it'll make your life a lot easier if you just fully upgrade those weapon skills, the perk, and then using those attachments on the weapon, and then you're all good. So we'll start off there. We're also going to complete rounds 1 through 3. We're going to skip rounds 2, but when we get there, we'll kind of go from there. Alright, so on the first round here, what you want to do is you just want to go straight to the main objective. Don't really want to concentrate, at least in my opinion, on these three, even though it'll give you a lot of points. We're going to mainly get most of our points in rounds 3 and 4. You can get this helicopter if it's on the way to the main objective, if it doesn't waste too much time, or if you don't care about time, go ahead and grab the helicopter. It's definitely up to your preference. Alright, so since the helicopter is right next to me, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this. It's gonna be a little bit faster to me if you don't have the purple upgrade, but if you just have the M16, you have those damage perks. It's gonna take a little bit longer, but you should do fine. And by the way, wait for this thing to stop moving, because if it's still moving and you try to grab it, it could kill you. Alright, so my rotation here, I had this objective, which this one's not too bad. All you have to do is bring pods A and B back here within 5 minutes. So we're going to go to A, and we'll go ahead and bring that canister back. Alright, so we're bringing the first canister back, and we only have about 4 minutes, so I'm a little worried. Since it's like 100 meters down, we might take this bike here. And you can take the bike when you're doing this challenge. Just be... Ooh, okay, never mind. Hit me off of it. Don't know how. They're gangsters. And you do have a special here, so if we do get a little bit crowded, you can use it. What actually helps on this one is this: you had the things that pull you. I forget what they're called, but that usually saves a little bit of time here. But we don't have it, so we're gonna work with what we got. Alright, first one done. So we're bringing the second one back, and as you see, we still have 2 minutes and 47 seconds. We're doing fine. It's round 1, so we don't have to worry about too much about the zombies. And we just bring it back. It would be much better if we had a vehicle here, but hey. Alright, so we got the last one in here. And that's done. Now we're just gonna wait for the anomaly to spawn and get out here ASAP. And on this run, since this was on the way to an anomaly, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. This one's pretty easy. Just kill the zombies in a circle. Just keep in mind though, when this challenge does start, they do run, even though you're on round 1. Alright, we got this challenge done. And that's one of the main reasons why I don't really like to do round 1 challenges. As you can see, we only got 1,300 points from it. If we did this challenge on round 3 or 4, we would get like 10 grand, if not more. And this is the thing I was talking about, the grapple gun, by the way. I forgot what it was called. Brain fart. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and head to the anomaly now. Alright, so what I'll suggest to do in the first anomaly here is just to get a perk, really. I suggest just to get a jug and stamina. You can pap your weapon instead if you want, kind of dealer's choice. Obviously update your armor here. And we can go ahead and teleport. Now, when we teleport here, we're going to go ahead and shoot. Skip to round 3. Oh, sorry, I'm shooting the wrong thing. Hopefully this works. There we go. We're going to go round 3. And that's all you have to do is shoot that middle thing to skip around. Alright, so we're in round 3 now because we shot the little middle thing. So in this round, you gotta find a radio. And there's supposedly like 3 different radios, and the other 2 radios is for a monkey Easter egg steps for the music. But we're only gonna focus on the actual radio we need for the Easter egg step. But on this one, since we're on round 3, we are gonna do these 3 challenges now, just so we can gain our points. Which after I complete those, I'll come back. I might actually unpause it just to show you how some challenges work. And then also for the radio step, I'm going to post in the description a website that I got from another YouTuber called Donuts on his channel. And he uses that website just to figure out the locations of the radios. So I'll include that in the description as well. Alright, so we got the first challenge done here. And it was a little bit of a struggle, but since I got the purple Verity, it's not too much struggle. And just keep in mind, if you don't have the capability of starting with a purple weapon, there's challenges like the crystal challenge you can get to upgrade the rarity of your weapon. But if you don't have it upgraded, the M16 is still really strong. So it just take a little bit longer to kill the Manglers and Tempests. But we'll move on to the second challenge here. Alright, so this one is just finding this little zombie here that has this little radio to record. All it does, it spawns a megaton or mangler, some type of boss that you have to kill. Gives you points. You're going to see a portal in the sky. Go to that portal, kill the manglers, and you're all good to go. Alright, in my case, it spawned 2 manglers, so we're going to kill these guys. Might take a little bit since we don't have a pack weapon, but they'll eventually die. Alright. So in efforts just to make this a little bit quicker, we're going to head off to pack and get this gun packed so we can kill these guys a little bit faster. Alright, so we got our weapon packed, which is a little frightening because the mangler actually went ahead and chased me. He wasn't taking my shit. But once we kill this guy, we'll get a bunch of points. Alright, so we got the second one killed, and for a minute there, it was definitely a struggle. Kind of sucks because one of them dropped a stamina, which is like right there. But we bought it already. Wish it dropped another perk, but that's just our luck. That is challenge 2 completed, so we'll go ahead and move on to the third challenge. And also keep in mind, since it's Outbreak, if you find a gold chest, go ahead and go up to one and see what you get. Another thing I just thought about, instead of you doing that Mangler challenge, you could have done like one of these, because this is just regular zombies. Try to see if you get a free pack-a-punch if you didn't have it at this point. Just a suggestion, but this one is fairly easy. This guy to interact with it, it's going to spawn a bunch of zombies. You just take him out, and as soon as you take the last bit of zombies that spawns, it will be done. Alright, so we completed this challenge. Let's see what we get in the chest here. Hopefully, maybe we get a shotgun. Kind of what I'm looking for. Ooh, Deadshot. Finally a perk that's useful. Nice. Alright, so now we're going to go head over to the main objective. All right, in our luck here, we got the escort step. So in this one, it's going to deploy a recon drone that you're just going to need to protect. It's going to go to 3 different areas, and on the 3rd one, you'll be done. And we can go ahead and take the anomaly out of here. But before that, we're going to find the radio, and we're going to go over that step. All right, so when it gets to the first anomaly, it's going to spawn a bunch of enemies. When that happens, obviously just take them out. It's going to do this little scan here. After it scans, it's going to go ahead and move on, but just make sure you protect it. And now it's going to go ahead and shoot up in the air, or usually it used to. This one's kind of boring. The other one, oh, because we're doing the monkey one. Okay, there's one that shoots up in the air that's kind of similar to this. But we're going to the second location now. And into the second anomaly here. Gotta be a little careful. Let it scan. Protect it from the zombies. And we're moving on. Alright, we're approaching the last one here. And on this last one's gonna get a little bit more aggressive. But, yeah, as you can see, it spawns a ton of things. Just do your best. Take them out as fast as possible. If you have a special, you can definitely use it. But sometimes you just don't need it. It's literally just paused because of that Tempest. We'll start again. So, oh shit, there's another one. I couldn't see that motherfucker inside there. Excuse my language. Alright, so once this starts, this challenge will be done, and we'll look for the anomaly. And there we go. And as you can see, we have almost 26,000. And that's skipping round 2.
Well done, everyone.
So we'll go ahead and proceed to the radio step. And keep in mind, I'm going to post a link in the description where you could find a website that's going to give you all these locations to make this step a lot easier for you. And it's actually from another YouTuber called Donuts. And I'll also put his channel's link in the description as well. Alright, so the first radio location I'm going to check, and this is from the website itself, is in this general area. So we're going to go there now. Alright, so we did find the first radio here, and it looks like this. So when you find this radio, what you need to make sure is that there's no radio on your mini-map. If there's no radio on your mini-map, if you just see nothing on your mini-map, then this is the right radio. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit this. And it's going to give us our feedback. It's going to spawn a bunch of zombies. And it's going to give us the proper frequency to put into the other 3 radios that's around this general area, which we'll get to after we clear out these ads. Alright, so we cleared out the ads. We're just waiting for this feedback noise to cancel out here. Alright. Nice. We're getting Max's voice is another sign that we got the right one. Our static noise is going to be static noise 5. I would suggest definitely having your subtitles on for this. So we're going to go ahead and find the first radio location and switch that to static noise 5. So another thing about checking these chests is if you check them, you might get lucky. And I actually got speed cola. So on this run so far, we got a free dead shot and speed cola. Found the first radio here. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch this to static noise number 5. You get feedback, ads are going to spawn again. You're going to have to wait for the feedback to cancel, and then you can continue switching it. Alright, so we killed those ads. We're on static noise 4 right now. So we're going to switch this over to 5. It's going to save this little quote here. After the quote is over, we can move on to the next radio. Alright, so we found the second radio here. We're going to change this to number 5. Hopefully we don't get another feedback. Alright, nice. Get a nice little quote, and we can move on to the next radio. Got the third radio here. Hopefully we get lucky, we get no feedback noise. And we do. We'll come back after we kill these ads and change it to number 5. Alright, we got all the zombies killed, so we're going to go ahead and change this. Static noise number 5. get a nice little quote. And then now we just need to return to the original radio and get our part. When you get to the original radio, all you need to do is interact. You're going to interact. It's going to pass you some money here, give you a nice little quote, and you just pick up the part.
I'm under lock and key. That's Requiem. They may be listening.
Now what you need to do with this part is you need to go to the anomaly and listen to her phone call and listen to her quote, and we'll go ahead and get to that now. Alright, so we got the anomaly here. What we're going to do is make sure we get a full shield. We're going to go ahead and double pap this, even though I think we might get a lucky and get a triple pap. But whatever, we're going to go ahead and double pap it now. We're going to go ahead and get quick revive, and then we're also going to go ahead and get death perception. I mean, at least I want to. We might hold off on that, actually. We want death protection and we want PC at PHP later on. So I think for now, what we'll do is we'll get PhD for now, but we might hold off because let's make sure we get enough money to triple pap. Alright, so we'll go ahead and move on here, but for that, we're going to go ahead and listen to the phone call.
There you are. There's something you must do. Ravenov is in the field. Find him. I can still trust you, yes? Don't worry. This is the secure frequency used only by the beacon. Requiem won't know anything. Unless you tell them.
And there we go. So now, after the quote's over, you don't actually have to wait for the quote from what I understand, but I like to listen to it. After the quote's over, we go ahead and teleport to the next round. Alright, so now we're in round 4. Same thing here. What we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on the objectives. After we complete the objectives, we're going to look for a monkey that has 4 possible spawn points, which on the description, like I said, there's going to be a website where you can find the monkeys and also the radio step we already went over. It'll give you all the locations. Hopefully we get lucky, and out of the 4 monkeys, hopefully it's the first one we find, but we'll go ahead and check them out and check in once we get there.
Waypoint marked. Move.
So this guy is Orda. All we have to do is enough damage in order to take him down. Once we do, we'll finish with this challenge. You don't really have to worry about the ads too much. I mean, you could take out the Panzer and the big ads, because they do take shield away, but definitely at your own discretion. Alright, so after a little struggle, because we ran out of ammo, killed Orda. Look at him, look what he dropped. He dropped a freaking ray gun. He dropped 2 ray guns. He dropped 2. Look at our luck there. Unfortunately, we're not going to pick it up. Even though it would make some parts of this Easter egg way easier, we're just going to gladly take our points. And say, I think that's a perk. I want to see what perk that is. We'll see what perk that is. Let me see. Oh, Tombstone? Guess why not, huh? Give me that. Oh, not too bad order drops. Alright, so we got another boss challenge here. Just gotta find this guy with a little radio attached on him. We're gonna go ahead and call him in. Same thing as before, we're gonna look for the little portal in the sky and head to it.
Enemy contacts near you. Hunt them down.
Alright, so we actually took out and we actually spawned in a megaton. So we killed him. We actually got free depth perception. We got a gallow blue one, so I think we're gonna pick that up just in case we can upgrade it later. Probably won't be able to, but it's fine. Alright, so that was the last challenge. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna search for the first monkey. Hopefully we get lucky and we get in the first spawn. Like I said, there's 4 spawns and the website's gonna be included in the description. Alright, we're at our first monkey location. This is what it looks like. Hopefully we get lucky here. And we don't. So if we don't get lucky, you'll hear that weird sound. And we'll go on to the next monkey. Alright, so we found the second monkey here. Hopefully we get lucky. And that M, by the way, tells you that you got the right monkey. So we'll go ahead and pick up the film reel. All we need to do at this point is we're going to have to find the projector so we can play these film reel and we can go ahead and teleport to round 5. Alright, so we did find the projector. Once you do find it, go ahead and put the microfilm in. You're going to get some lovely quotes here that I won't spoil for you. You have to interact with this 3 times, and once you do, you can progress to the next round. Also on a side note, the projector locations will also be on the website, which link will be in the description. Alright, forgot we didn't complete round 4 challenge yet, so this one, it's going to spawn in some type of boss, either Mangler or Mimic or something of that kind. You're going to have to do some damage, follow it. It's going to spawn in 3 different locations. Once you do enough damage, it will be over. So once we get to that point, we will check back in. And here it spawns. And that's what it looks like. So we'll do some damage here just to show you. You do about, I think it's like a quarter damage. And then they'll end up moving away. And you just gotta follow it. See, he'll become immune and he'll eventually move away. And we'll check back in once we find him. Alright, we found him again. We're gonna do enough damage. Once we do enough damage, he will move on. And we got him immune. He'll move on. Alright, we found him, so we're gonna put enough damage on him. Once we finish him off, we should be able to teleport out of here. Be nice if I could hit a little bit more critical shots. Alright. He is down. Didn't really drop anything too good for us. So, we'll go ahead and move on to the anomaly. Alright, we're at the last anomaly here. Well, not well, I guess the last one. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and triple pack our weapon. Hopefully we're going to have enough salvage to get this to gold. Or have one of those crystals challenges next round in order to get a free gold. But it's all RNG. But we'll definitely have enough to upgrade it to gold beforehand. So we'll go ahead and progress to the next round. Also on the side note, round 5, if you did all the Easter egg steps right, the radio step, and also the monkey step, it will always put you in Ruka. That's always going to be where the boss fight's going to be. So if you're in Ruka, you're on the right track. Alright, so we're in Ruka, so the same deal what we're going to do is we're going to complete these challenges. We don't quite need to, I mean we're at 19,000, we don't really need to upgrade our shotgun, but we will just for the, the hell of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to complete these challenges, hopefully get enough salvage in order to get our weapon to gold. Alright, so we have one of these boss challenges again. The same thing, just interact with them, find the portal in the sky, head over there, kill the boss zombies, and see what the prize is. And we got a lovely Panzer. So we'll go ahead and take this guy out and see what prize he gives us. Alright, he is down for the count, so we'll go ahead and, we'll go ahead and pick up his free point. Why not? We're not going to pick up any more weapons, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, let's go to the next challenge. Alright, so we found our next challenge here. This one's actually an interesting one. It's going to spawn 3 balls, where you have to just chase around, do enough damage to it, and once you destroy the 3 balls, the challenge will be over. Nice thing about these balls though, they do show them around the map. So if you just look for them in your mini map and head towards them, it will show you where they're spawn. Do enough damage to them. Once you do enough damage to them, it'll move on to the next step. Or not the next step, it'll complete it, sorry. But we're gonna kill these 3 balls and then we'll see what the price is. Alright, we're on the last ball here, and you don't really need to worry about too much of the ads. I mean, if they get in the way, definitely make sure to protect your life and kill them. But for the most part, you just want to concentrate on the ball. Get that ball out of the way, and we'll see what the prize is. Alright, so not too lucky. I mean, we got a free pap here. I guess we could take that. Level 3 armor. Nothing else. We got a lot of points though, so that's good. We can pack our shotgun now. Alright, let's go ahead and get to the last challenge here. Well, look at our joy. We got another order challenge. So, same deal. We'll go ahead and take this guy out and see what he drops. Alright, order is down. Let's see what he drops us. Almost ran out of ammo there. Look at that. We got all the wonder weapons on this run. Now we got a what's it called? Yeah, the shot DIE. And we got Juggernog. Not that we don't have it already. Alright, we have 40,000, so we'll be able to triple pack our shotgun. Still a little bit off of our salvage, but I believe we'll just go ahead and get that in the boss. But for now, what we'll do is we'll head over to Pap, get the shotgun Pap so we don't have to worry about that. Hopefully spot us some chests in between there and here. Maybe get a little bit more salvage. And we'll head into the boss fight. Alright, so we went ahead and triple packed our weapons. Went ahead and put on Cryo Freeze. And then we also put on Shatter Blast, which is a really good one. We're pretty much set. We don't have enough salvage yet to get our weapon to gold, but we'll get some salvage when we're in there and hopefully be able to do it when we're inside the hangar. But I'm gonna search around for some little bit more chests before we actually go into the elevator, and we'll move on from there. Alright, after a couple of chests, now we ended up getting about 990. So we only need 10, so we're gonna go ahead and get down to the elevator. Start heading down to the silos, which opens up the boss fight. Alright, when you get down to the silo here, you want to take care of most of these ads. Go ahead and run out. You start off in silo D, so what you want to do is you want to get to the next silo. Be careful when you try to get on these things, because if a zombie hits you, it will pretty much stunt you in place. So just kind of be careful. Over on D, that's where you'll find your perks. So we'll probably go ahead and pick up PhD. But first, we'll go ahead to Silo A. What we're going to do is we're going to drop down here. And we're going to go ahead and start this cutscene. And I won't kill the cutscene for you. I'll let you go ahead and experience yourself. But once the cutscene plays, you'll spawn up there. Alright, so after the cutscene, it spawns at the top of level B. We have to get 3 keys, and in this part what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a Mimic Challenge. Mimic Challenge, you just run into the middle here, and we're just going to go ahead and spawn all these mimics. Once we spawn all these mimics, what we're going to do is we're going to kill them all, and then we'll spawn the actual one we need, which will drop us a key. Once we kill all these mimics, we'll go ahead and show you where that last mimic is. Okay, since we got enough now to upgrade our weapon to gold, we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. Take care of that. And then now we can actually go and handle the last mimic. Which the last mimic is going to be in Tunnel C. But first, we're going to take care of some of these ads, just so we can concentrate fire on the mimic itself. And it's going to take a while for you to kill that, load of mimics that you spawn, but it's just going to make this step a lot easier. So But once you do kill all the ads, spawn the mimic in. Put as much DPS as fast as you can into it. And this mimic will spawn you the first of 3 keys. I don't know why I paused there for a second. Alright. So he's going to drop the key. Make sure you pick that up. And that's going to be the first of 3 keys. Okay, so for the next challenge we're going to do is, for the next key card anyways, is going to be in Tunnel B. What you need to do to start this challenge is drop down, interact with this little red canister here. And once you do interact with the canister, you'll be able to grab these little crystals here. Which, take your time with this, there's no time limit. You're going to need 20 of them. But you could find the spawn point there, or you can spawn it over here, which you can grab it. Just make sure you grab it, you know, safely, because you'll have a lot of spawns here, as you can see. Also, a thing that I forgot to mention is you're also going to want to grab PhD Flopper at some point. That's going to help out for the launch step. But there's also a spawn here. And like I said, just make sure you be careful of the ads, because they're very easy to lose track of them. And then there's also spawn points up the stairs. And you can take the grapple, but just be careful, because a zombie hits you while you're grappling, could cause you to go down. But here's another location where the crystals could spawn. We're going to go ahead and pick those crystals up. Try to get the ones in here if we can. We couldn't, so I'll go ahead and try again. Yeah, we're probably not going to be able to get those ones, so we'll go ahead and move downstairs again. And like I said, you just want to take your time with this. There'll be a lot of ads spawning. So just kind of drop down safely and grab the crystals. And once you think you have a 20, we'll go ahead and start depositing them. So I think I do have 20. So what I'm doing right now is just spawning the ads up here so I can make the deposit downstairs. So we're gonna head downstairs. Watch out for the fucking megaton. Start making the deposit. When you start making the deposit, however, you'll notice that you'll have Tempest spawn. They only spawn one at a time. So just do this safely. I'm gonna use my Aether Shroud so I can finish the rest of this. Alright, I have to use 2 of them. It's fine. Alright, so once that's done, we'll go ahead and pick it up, but you're gonna have to interact with it again. But before that happens, I'm gonna make sure I don't die here. And we'll pick it up. Once it's ready, you can go ahead and pick it up. Once we pick it up, you do have 3 charges, but what you need to do is you need to bring this over to Silo D. You need to interact with the jellyfish that's over there. And just keep in mind, if you get stuck here, you can use your specialist ability and it'll just blow out the zombies. But just make sure you don't slide because it'll drop the canister. So we're just going to make our way to D. We're going to look out for the jellyfish here. We're head down to the specific spot, which is right here. And we're going ahead and press our specialist ability. And it's going to go ahead and put us into the jellyfish. When you're in the jellyfish, you need to grab the key card. And it's usually right after the zombie, which you see right here, once you get right in.
I'm probably hungry. You got its attention. Now, grab the key.
And you'll see it about right here. Drop off the canister, and you already grabbed the key.
One more. We are making good time. I have nearly completed retargeting Vex abominations.
Alright, the next one we're going to go to is Silo A. Alright, so we're in Silo A, and what we're looking for is we're looking for this blue monkey right there. Be careful not to get too close to it, however, because you will scare it away. you need to grab these things here so we can capture it, kind of like what you did in Firebase Z. So since we know where it's at, we're going to go ahead and take the grapple and not scare it away, hopefully. Watch out for the zombie spawns. Alright, we see it. And this needs to be kind of close to him. Once you hear that quote, you pretty much make sure you got it done. We're going to double tap E, make sure we capture the target. Target's captured. Alright. Got the key. That's all we need to do for A.
We have the key.
I have finished prepping the missiles.
Now what we need to do is, since we got all 3 keys, we need to guess the launch code. So before we do that, we're going to get set up for the boss fight here. So we're going to kill some of these ads and get set up. Alright, so what I'm going to grab is I'm going to grab a couple things. I'm going to grab grapplers, and I'm going to grab a war machine. Alright, for the next part here, we're going to have to guess the launch sequence. So we need to choose either A, D, or B, which is right here. So for guessing sake, we're going to go ahead and try D or B first and see if that's the right sequence. And you pretty much got to guess it and kind of like, you know, trial and error. Well, you'll know if you get it wrong once the quote says right there, incorrect key confirmation. So when you get it wrong, a bunch of ads will spawn. So now we know it's not B. So the next time we're going to try A or D. Alright, all the ads are gone. So we're going to try D this time. Alright, so it's not D. So same process, we gotta clear some of these ads. And then do either A or B. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and try A now. Oh, so it's A. That's the first one. So we'll try D. A and D. Alright, so it is that. D, so we need B.
Infected target removed.
Alright, we got it. We're good on shield. Oh, that's pretty much what you have to do, is you just gotta force it. But before that, we're gonna get some of that. And we're gonna head upstairs and enter the boss fight.
This fucking place. Now what? The hatches were clear when I arrived. Remove the obstructions to inverse half of right.
Alright. So we just gotta wait for the door to open here, which it's opening now. And here is Legion. Now this is where the upgraded of the guns is going to come in. And also Deadshot. And having the 2 attachments we recommended at the start of the video. I'm not going to pause the recording here anymore. We're going to go ahead and play this out. What the hell? First time I've ever seen a Mangler come into the spawn like that. So we're going to put in as much damage as possible. We're gonna take care of this Mangler. The Mangler took out half our shield, by the way. So we're gonna keep our eye on our shield. We're gonna watch out for zombie spawns here. And we're gonna go ahead and wait for him to get over a silo. Okay. Alright, he's over a silo. Let's see what attack he's doing. If he's doing a cloud attack, make sure not to get close to him. He's not doing a cloud attack, so we'll go ahead and pop this. I'm gonna start with the top ward, and that's where the damage comes in at 3,900 DPS. We would, without the damage perks we suggested, we would only be doing about 800. We're doing double the damage on the armor as well. We're gonna get back our in plain sight, and there's a lovely Panzer, which we didn't want. But we're gonna take care of some ads here. We'll be fine. Alright, we got back our in plain sight. Take care of some of these ads for a second. Where's homeboy? See, we could have done damage right there. We need to pay attention when he's over the silos and when he's not over the silos. Like right now, he's not over a silo, so we'll go ahead and do damage again. Alright, we'll go ahead and pop this. Got second damage in, put a little bit of damage on top of it. Alright, so we just need to make sure we got another in plain sight. Hopefully we'll get maybe a shield, I'm hoping. But we'll see. No shields. Okay, fine. Just try to be careful, because when you run out of the shield, you're going to be a couple, you know, hits away from being down. So just kind of watch out for it. Alright, gonna back up a little bit. We don't have our in plain sight anyways, so we don't want to push them. We're out of shield, so we got to keep an eye on that. Oh, we missed the damage phase. We didn't notice he was down. Oh well, it's fine. We would have been able to finish him. That's fine. Let's take care of some of these ads though. We'll take him down again. Hopefully we can get a shield here. That'd be nice. Ooh. Alright. Let's concentrate on putting some damage on him. Okay, got some ammo here. Not gonna worry too much about the Panzer. Okay. We have no shield, so we gotta make sure we keep an eye on that. Alright. Next time he's not over a silo, because anytime he's over a silo, you can't break him. So you gotta wait until he's not over a silo, like right here. Wait for that attack, and then we'll break him. Alright, broke him. Pop this. Almost didn't see the ball. And GG's. Would have been able to finish that on the third one, but still GG's. We just didn't notice we broke him. But if he's over the silos, you can't break him. So you gotta make sure he's in one of these streets. Either that one, or the one behind us. And GG's, guys. You have completed the Outbreak Easter egg. If this guide helped you in any shape, way, or form, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I said, I will have the websites where you can find the radios and also find the monkeys and also find the projector. But it's up to you if you want to skip round 2 or not. I think it's wise just because you save time and you don't really gain that much points from doing the activities around round 2. But hey, if you find a crystal activity, why not do it? You'll get a free upgrade on your weapon. If you do have any questions, however, feel free to post comments and I'll reply as soon as possible. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the tutorial. And you guys have a good one. Thank you again for watching.